Morning. Okay. Half of my head is not seen. Okay, this is better now. Oh, no, don't go there. Morning. Where is everybody? Survived full moon, so everybody's sleeping now. We had a very intense full moon. A full moon that was in Aries and Libra. Very intense, very strong, very masculine. Air and fire. It was very, very, very powerful, very masculine, I would say. I like this full moons like this. They always um, like they always bring clarity, because masculine energy doesn't really like to be doesn't really like to be emotional, to think about things too much, right? So masculine energy likes okay, so let's fix it, let's talk about this, let's they like to take actions, they like to clear things up, right? And this full moon was just like that. It is especially was important full moon because the eclipse started on the axis of Libra Aries. So all of us we will stop being more dependent on others and more dependent on ourselves in the next year and a half. So we will be more focusing on being independent, being a leader in our own life, right? So not like Libra is more about cooperation, about working with others, which is good, honestly, but we can't be depending on others. So we have to become self-sufficient more. And this full moon was showing where we're going, in which direction, right? So we are not depending on anybody, more like depending on ourselves, and only out like we have to start depending on ourselves. When we're self-sufficient, when we're depend like when we're more in ourselves, right, it's much easier for us to work with other people, because we don't depend on them, we are not expecting nothing from them. It's much easier to co-create and work together when there is no expectations, no, not expectations, but no pressure, so to say. And we're going to be moving into this direction. This year and a half will repeat the same pattern as 2000 to 2004, 2005. And that year I moved to United States. So who knows what going to happen to me this year and a half. But it was really intense, the full moon. I hope all of you survived. I'm sure you did. And right now are very like quiet days. I also wanted to mention, since we're just starting, about lilies. I don't know whether you ladies know, but there is lilies. It's a fixed point, right? So it's not fixed really. It's a point in the sky. It's not a planet, right? It's a dark side of the moon, lilies. And basically, so the moon is your soul. Lilith is your dark side of your soul, right? So, for example, my Lilith is in Aries, right? That means that I can bring, like, my dark side is what is not good for Aries, right? Like, for example, I can bring leadership into a very negative kind of way, um, um, or I could be too independent, right, for my own no good. because independence is good, but it's good to a certain degree, right? So so Lilith is now changing signs. For the last 9 months, it was in Leo. So we all were working with our ego, everybody, even those who didn't had um, planets in Leo still were working. So it was like a collective, right? We all had to fix our issues with our ego, right? It was about yourself, and like everybody felt like they're not loved enough or something like that, right? Or they want to be loved. Right now Lilith on the October 4th, so in 3 days, moving to Virgo. So Virgo is about practicality, about health, about stuff like that, so routine. So we will be all super focused on that. And remember, it's a dark side, so we're going to be focused on so it's going to be a dark, like it's going to be like an exaggeration of that of those qualities, right? So if you will decide to do a routine, you will do like every single minute of your day as a routine. I mean, it's not very good. Okay, so Lilith is basically something that we need to work as a collective. Every 9 months it changes. It's just something, some information. All right, so did anybody try the manifesting that we did last week? I mean, I can tell you that I did, and I manifested little things. Though my big manifestation is still coming. I mean, I'm still working on it, but it was. But I do hope that you all try it, and you can go. Morning, Hannah. You can go back and. And re-listen. So it's on YouTube, right? It's recorded, so you can re-listen to the steps that we're basically doing, right? It's really easy. So yes, the manifesting is really easy as long as you keep the right focus. You are relaxed. You don't put pressure, and you feel the pleasure and love, and you are laser focused. So you need the masculine energy on it too, obviously. So it's a creation. It's your creation, right? I love manifesting. I really do. I enjoy it with all my core. I really, really, really enjoy. Sometimes I do it for fun, just to see, just to feel again how powerful I am. All right. So today I thought that we will talk about energies. Now, those who know me and it knows that I always mention the energies, right? For example, I could say, oh, he's energy of air, so he's undetached or something like that, right? I do use it a lot, and I understand that some people maybe not understanding what I'm talking about. So I thought we can talk about this. So I will keep this recorded, and if somebody has questions, they can listen about it. So we all have some kind of energy. So there are 4 energies, right? Dominant energies: fire, earth, air, and water. Some also say that there is spirit, metal, but these are 4 dominant energies, right? 4 dominant energies that we are born with. Now, some people have certain energies, some people have other energies, right? But the goal in our life is to develop all 4 energies. And honestly, that's what we would be doing, right? Whether we want it or not, we will have to develop all 4 energies throughout our life. Like through our challenges, we will have to develop all the energies, right? For example, if somebody doesn't have water, water is emotions, right? They will be challenged by it. They would be made to feel, right? So they probably will have a partner that has a lot of water, or kids that have a lot of water, and they will to bond with these people, right? These people, or parents, to bond with these people, with kids, or with a husband, or with parents, right? They would need to learn how to have that water, how to have emotions. They will, through them, they will learn, right? So the goal is to develop all 4 energies. Like, for example, I don't have air, not a drop, right? So both of my parents are energy of air. Uh, so through them, I learned as much as I could, right? So my most significant partners are energy of air, and I don't doubt that I will have a kid, and the kid will be energy of air, right? So the world gives me gives me energy of air for me to learn energy of air. So, but the goal is to develop them all, right? So uh, there is no point in avoiding it, right? Whether you want it or not, you will have to develop the energies that you are missing, and also clean the energies that you already have, but you're not using to the full potential, right? So for example, like me, I have a lot of water in me, right? But I always was very even embarrassed about my emotions and everything, so I would hide it until I realized that it's my strength and I shouldn't be hiding it. I should be using it to the fullest, right? So let's talk about the energies. So the first energy is fire. Well, there's no like first to last. It just, I have written it here, fire, right? So fire is, you will always notice a person with fire energy, always. You cannot miss the fire. These people are usually very bright. They have very bright features. They have very uh, not deep features like Earth, but bright features. Like they have like this bright eyes or something like that, or bright hair. You will see. You will notice fire right away. You can't miss the fire. They're very active. They never think twice. They're like all about actions. If you tell them something to do, they will do it right away. So they live with the belief, I better do and regret than I won't do and regret. Fire is like that. They start new projects very easily. They are very open to starting something new. So if you kind of stagnant, it would be good to surround yourself with fire, right? Because fire will make you move. I remember I had a friend, she was fire. Well, she was not a friend, she was like an acquaintance. And she was so fiery, right? And she was taking a lot of different substances. So every time I saw on the phone on display her name, I would be jumping like this, because she always like, every time she calls me, she's like, let's go to Orlando, let's go to Key West. I mean, and I never knew how to react. By the time I will get used that we're going to Key West, she's already want to go somewhere else. I mean, she's just like that, right? So, and they also like something new. They need to keep exciting. Fire to burn needs to keep excitement going. If they get easily bored, they basically, the fire will just go down more and more. So yeah, so fire has to fire is like that. So they're bright, they're active, they need to do something new all the time. They need to have excitement, and they need to have validation, outside validation. Fire is one of the energies that really need their outside validation. They need to make sure that that everybody notice them, that they are not burning in vain, right? So they need to have that. So fire this is so fire in us, it's actions, competition, and drive. If you don't have fire, you won't have drive. If you don't have fire, you probably will never compete, which it's a good and bad. And you won't do actions. So fire is necessary for us to do some kind of action, to do some kind of moves, right? So what are the negatives of fire? Fire is for fire, it's hard to relax, because they have this fire always burning in them. It's very hard for them um, to relax, to just enjoy the moment. they're always they're always moving. They never really seen something. It's like their life is just passing by really fast. They never really enjoy anything. So to somehow to relax, right, they usually drink. They usually take some kind of medications or drugs or something like that. So they need to get the peace somehow, right? So they to do that, they can get into some substances, but they don't get addictive. This is the thing about fire. Fire doesn't get addicted to anything almost, because they have high metabolism usually, and they're very, very fast to move, right? So one day they like to drink, another day they like something else, so they don't get addicted. Fire will almost never get addicted, honestly. um, so they might have trouble sleeping in the future. If they won't learn how to deal with themselves, they might have heart problems. um, and stuff like that. So they blood problems. So they need to really fire needs to learn how to relax, how to push the fire out them into the world, into some kind of project, into something, as long as it's not burning them inside, right? um, Fire women are usually very passionate from the outside. They're this kind of vixens, right? They're like very 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 bright, very drawing, right? um, uh, and usually it's the facade. So inside they might not feel what they feel outside. Fire is the one energy that's hard to feel pleasure, very hard. Because they're always on actions, they feel like they need some outside stimulation, something outside to make them feel pleasure. For them, inside, it's very hard for them. So they're very beautiful, they're very bright, they're very charismatic, right? They're very like all this, and you look at this woman and you're like, my God, this woman can't be by herself, but very often she can be, because she depending on others to validate her and to give her pleasure and everything. She's very high, not only high maintenance looks wise, but she's also high maintenance inside wise, right? So she needs a man that would kind of serve her, so to say, right? And what man would do that, right? Only a very strong man can do that. So that's about fire. But because they're so bright, a lot of men go for them because they're bright, right? Who wouldn't want to have to be next to such a woman? Okay, so a fireman, right? If you have a fireman in your life, just the same things, right? Usually these men are very charismatic. They are very confident in themselves. Usually they are successful. They have money. So fire is the purest energy of money. So if you have fire, you will always have money. Money just come to you. It's just like that. So fiery men usually, yeah, they're maybe not the best lovers, because they're all about actions. They're not about the feelings, right? But they always have money. They're usually generous, um, and they're very easy to deal with. So how to deal with men of fire, right? You need to really submit. Fire doesn't like when somebody is telling them what to do. They really, and you need to be like a little patient with them, right? So fire is impatient. You cannot be like that. You cannot fight fire with fire, right? So for example, a fire gives you something like an offer, right? um, so if you don't like this offer, you basically just keep silent, right? The fire needs to, because if you will, oh, I don't like it, right? He will start fighting you back. You could not, you will never win fire with fire, because what's the point? A fireman much stronger than a firewoman, regardless of whatever you will tell me. So you will lose. I mean, I will lose for sure. So when the fire is fiery, I will sit quietly, and then I will tell what I think, or not tell at all, right? Um, fire um, Fireman likes me because I'm so opposite to them. I'm a water woman, right? So if you want a fireman, you need to know that they can be very aggressive, rude, um, unapologetic. They can say what they think. This is about fire. Fire is direct. They can just say whatever they think, and it's up to you whether you're ready to accept it or not. Like this. Like fire is really very abrupt also, right? So you cannot be like, I was avoiding fire for so long because I would get upset with them. Sometimes they say things I don't know how to react. And for me, this is how I think, how can a person be so mean to me? But they are not usually mean, and they usually regret about it. But it is what it is. Fire is very rude. That's it. That's just basically the word that describes them. But they could be they compensate this rudeness. They could really they give a lot of gifts. They're very generous, and they will learn. With time they will learn how to be more polite, how to hold themselves, and how to how to talk to you, right? If fire loves somebody, if, fire is the energy that doesn't cheat most of the time. If fire loves somebody, they do really, really very. They try to do their best to impress the person, right? Like, honestly, I mean, I know firemen, and I mean, if only you knew how soft they can be. They are like these lions that finally, when they see the lioness, right, they become like this soft kittens, like they're very, very, very completely different, right? So fire only outside is a little dangerous, scary. Inside they're very soft. They're outside so dangerous because inside they're so soft, right? So if you have a fireman, it's a good thing, but you would need to have patience with them, right? You would need to teach him how to be good and bad, how to be maybe polite with you, how to cherish you, and stuff like that, right? But never tell a fireman what to do. A fire a fireman needs to come to himself. You can make hints. You can say something like, um, "I would love to get some flowers," but that's it, then you just drop the subject completely. The man are not stupid, he heard you, he knows. So he will get it. Now fire is very competitive. So if you really, really want to get into fiery man, don't pretend that you don't speak to nobody, that you don't go nowhere, you don't do nothing. Don't. This fireman will never appreciate it. A fireman wants a woman, any masculine man wants a woman that wanted by others, right? So you can, for example, say something like, "Oh my God, I got yesterday such beautiful flowers from an admirer." He will go crazy. He will want to buy you twice as big bouquet as the other guy did. So they're very, especially if they have Moon, Mars, Sun in fire. This man will very competitive, very, and they are driven and challenged by this competition. Of course, if a man makes 30,000 a year and you tell him, "Oh my God, this admirer bought me a new BMW," right? This one will drop you right away because he wouldn't want to feel bad, and he would never. And he, at this point, he could not buy you that new BMW, right? So there is a limit, obviously, to what you can get from them. Like, see what they can do, right? So this is about fire. Now the next one will be air, also masculine, right? So air people are very detached. They're very in their head. They're very light. They always have some kind of vision, new ideas. They love new ideas. They come up with new ideas themselves. They jump on new ideas themselves. They're these revolutionaries, but they never do nothing. They only have ideas, they have ideas, and then they need a little fire to do some kind of actions, or they would give this idea to somebody, sell the idea, for example, right? So air people are above all the material. So you will start complaining to them about something, they will drop you right away. Don't complain to air about anything. Actually, don't complain to any kind of, but if you want to complain to water. They're empathetic. Don't complain to fire. They will brush you off very fast. Don't complain to air. They don't really care. So they're above material. They don't believe that anything material really matters. So if you like man and woman too. So they believe that anything impossible for them is possible. They don't really take no for an answer. Like they really this living gods on earth. Honestly, they just, it's like they walk on clouds. They believe in they can do anything. They are very determined. Unless they have some really bad placements beside them, the air can be very airy. They are very easy to contact. They can speak to anybody. You can find air in the crowds. These people are very like they look at you and they look through you. They never focus on anything. So you can find them by their wandering, like look, right? Even if they look at you, they're somewhere else. You can notice air. They're always very detached, like me. I'm challenged by air, because I don't know, are they talking to me, or are they even somewhere, like, are they even focused on me? Even when they try to be focused, they still detach, they never too deep in anybody. So what are the minuses, right? They can't attach to anything or anybody for too long. So you can't hold the energy of air. The more you will start holding, the more it will start getting away. They cannot keep focused on something for too long, right? You really, either you need to have some placements in earth or fire, otherwise you will be just lost, like this. You will, energy of air will never like have issues. You will always have money. You will always have contacts, and that's what you get in the money usually, through contacts, right? But you can't, like if you will decide, okay, I'm going to have a business, and I need to do this and this and this, probably you won't go through with this unless you have some earth placements or some fire placements, or you can surround yourself with these people. So the women that are energy of air, these are the queens, right? These are the best gold diggers, are energy of air. Why? Because they are very detached. They are not needy. They don't need nothing. If you want, you can give. If not, move on. Somebody else will. They don't have emotions. They are very they challenge man to the point of non-return. On the other hand, for the energy of air, it's a little hard to build a family because they don't have emotions. They don't have feelings, so a man always feels like he's an empty space there, like he's not receiving. So energy of air needs to kind of work on this. So what if there is so I put it here that women of energy of air drive men in competition. So because they're so non-attached, right? Like for example, the fire signs will go crazy for them. They want to prove that they're the best, right? And energy of air doesn't attach, so he's giving her, and she's still like whatever. So it is like that basically. So um, it just it's just what it is. So at one point, a man will be like, okay, I can't. I'm done. I'm done here. So what if it's a man of energy of air, right? And my biggest love was energy of air. I remember this man very much. Why? Because I don't have energy of air. So for me, it's something like super, like you travel into a new country, you never seen. You have these memories, right? So this was basically with me, energy of air, man of energy of air. Um, were are different, right? So they are very unattached. You cannot hold on to them, yet um, you never know. They're unpredictable. You never know what they will do, right? They connect with everybody easy, so they have a lot of friends, man and female, right? You never know what he's doing. You never know where is he going, right? He's not going to spend much time with you. He will, but he also will be constantly moving, right? So he will give you like half an hour of his time, and then he will be like, okay, I need to go. So they have these ideas all the time. They are very they believe in certain things, and they believe in them very firmly, right? It's very hard for them to change their mind, right, if they want something. So if you want to influence, so energy of air men are not as generous as the energy of fire, right? But they're generous. They're not attached to money. It just, they need to know the reason why they're spending, right? So if it's something bigger, like a bigger ideas or something, something that will benefit them also, and their ideas. So they don't mind if you tell them. Honestly, they don't get upset because they really don't care. So you can say them, I really want this bag, and he will say, whatever, I don't care. You can keep wanting like that, right? So they are not upset. You can keep telling them. The only thing is, if you keep repeating yourself, energy of fire will lash at you. Energy of air basically will just disappear. That's it, because they don't like this kind of. But energy of air needs to be reminded, because they are so much in their head that they don't really remember. But the reminder should be a little different. Like for example, um, you could say something like, um, we're going to Paris next week. I want to buy this bag. It would be so amazing in Paris, or something like that. So it has to, it couldn't be just, I want this, it has to combine with some kind of experience, something, air needs to needs to see a bigger picture of it, a vision, something like that, right? So that's man of energy of air. If you want to be with energy of air, it's a masculine energy. These men are really very masculine. Um, they're not as good in bed too, but they are better than fire. Just because they're light, they can try different things. They don't mind. They're like very, they can do it all, right? So that's energy of air. If you want to be with energy of air, don't think about controlling him. The more you will control, the more you will cling to him, the more he will want to get rid of you. Energy of air is very light. Don't make it hard on him, so to say. If you are not like, if you all in problems, if you like to analyze, to discuss problems, maybe energy of air is not for you. Maybe just get yourself an energy of earth, and you guys can sit and analyze all day long your issues. Energy of air is different. It's very light. Don't bother energy of air, and they will do anything for you if you don't bother, but yet you there. Also, they don't like when you don't have life. Energy of air like women that have life. So make sure that you have something going on for yourself, even if you don't, go meet with girls or something. But do, like, the energy of air doesn't like nothing stagnant. So if you sit on the couch all day long or every day, he will get tired at one point. Go with your friends, do something, and he will sponsor it happily. Or for example, you want to do horseback riding classes, right? He will give you money for that, just as long as you are not sitting at home like a couch potato all day long. Energy of air doesn't like this. Move, constantly move. If you want to be with energy of air, move. Okay, this is energy of air. Now, energy of earth. Energy of earth is feminine energy. It's one of the feminine energies, right? Energy, earth energy is very practical and grounded to the core, right? They're very secure in their surrounding. So they never feel like they don't know what to do. They always know. They have planned for today, for a week, for a month, for a year, and for the 5 years, and for 10 years in advance. I mean, they have everything planned, and they have everything planned for people around them as well. So if you are with energy of earth, chances are there is already everything is planned for you in advance, right? So what is good about energy of earth, right? They're very secure. They're like this mountain that will keep you safe. Nothing can go through it, right? Energy of earth are very secure. When you feel insecure in life, probably in your life will come energy of earth. When I moved to New York first time, I had friends energy of earth. When I moved to Miami, I had friends energy of earth. Then I got tired of it because it's very stagnant energy. It's very grounding energy. It's like you couldn't spread your wings and fly. You could not do any actions. You just sit there and do the same routine over and over again. And at one point, when you have enough energy to spread your wings, you get tired of it. You get tired of these roots that are holding you. It's good to have the roots, but as long as these roots are not holding you. So they are very good housewives and wives. These are the women that man wants to marry. These are the women that are easiest to marry, because all they're focused on their house, on the security. Men feel very secure with them. Now, I don't say that they're like this clean ladies, always clean, clean, clean. No, they can hire somebody, right? But their focus is on multiplying the resources they already have, right? These women always have money through men or through themselves, but they always do. Again, they would never have as much as water or fire, or even air, because they have a limit, right? Because they're so rooted, they could not jump above their head. They don't believe in miracles, right? So for energy of earth, they need to expand their space, allow them to dream bigger, so to say. Now, what else? So energy of earth is very confident, right? They never hesitant. They know what they do, and they are very confident about whatever they do. They're good wives. They're good housewives. They will help you with advice. They are never rude. They will give you practical advice usually. So if you need some help, you can. This is energy. Energy of earth is there for you, right? They probably won't give you money, but they will help with some kind of advice. Now, what about man? Energy of earth, right? So energy of earth, this perfect husband. You will never be. Maybe you will never travel the world with him. Maybe you will never be super rich with him, but you will always have a house. You will always have a good car. and you will always have a good savings account. This is the energy of earth. And if you think, let me just get married to him and then I will make him do all this, you're very mistaken. He will make you become like him. Energy of earth is so confident that they will root anybody who's around them. It's very hard for them to change. It's much easier for them to change the environment around them for themselves. That's why energy of earth is the hardest for me to work with, um, because they really need to believe in what they want, and they really need to kind of start doing something. And when they do, they are very successful. This is the thing, that like energy first can manifest the biggest because they're so disciplined. They're like, really, okay, so I need to meditate every day 5 minutes a day, I will do this. Like they're really, really good at this, as long as they will believe. So once they believe, once they know it's for their benefit, they will do it. Like they really, really would do it. And they are committed. I love that about energy first. They're very committed. I don't need to. They write down everything. They just perfect like that. So this is about men too, right? So if you think that, okay, I'm going to marry him and then I'm going to train him little by little to be generous to me, wrong. Wrong. You will never. He will convince you that you don't need that. That's much more faster. Will be. You will see. If you think that you can you can train energy of earth, you're wrong. They are very you can even feel like they're a little manipulative because they don't mind to talk about this, right? So for example, you tell, I really want this bag, and he's like, oh yeah, nice bag, yeah, you deserve it. And you will be like, oh, so he's going to buy it for me, right? But he's just talking. He's just talking. He will keep it in mind, and maybe in 5 years he will buy that bag when it's in his plans, right? But it doesn't mean that he will jump now to go and buy the bag, right? So don't like energy of earth is practical to the core. Unless you're offering something, like for example, you can tell him, like they are very practical, so they don't mind negotiations, right? So you can say, yeah, I don't mind to go. I don't mind to go on a date with you, but I want a present, right? If he wants you, he will buy your present. They don't mind, like this. Like air will be like, oh, what? No, I don't know. Fire will be, what? You tell me what to do. Earth will be the one. Okay, let's negotiate the price for the present. Like they don't mind. And again, if it's within their budget, they don't mind to spend as long as it's in them. Like in their benefit, so but don't feel like you can change earthy sign, like earthy energy, right away. They're very slow to adapt and very slow to change. It's the slowest energy to change, the slowest. So if you tell them we should go somewhere for the weekend, it probably will take a year or maybe even longer to do that. So unless there is another placements, right? So earth is very, very, very super grounded, super rooted. They don't like change. They don't like to change anything. They wouldn't mind to change anybody to them, right? So what are the minuses? They're very dry. They usually don't show their emotions. In bed, they're very practical. They do exactly exactly as the manuscript says. So that's about that. They insecure if they are not in control, so they need to control everything. In any kind of new surrounding, they feel lost. They feel very insecure. They are not light. They're a little heavy to handle, so they focus on problems a lot. They analyze a lot. Even though they feel secure, they still kind of rethink in their mind all the time, right? These people a little heavy. They need to work on the energy of air. If they have energy of air, that would be perfect for them. Or energy of fire, right? These people can be heavy and unmovable. Imagine like a rock, it's hard for them to choose something to move, right? Now, if it's a man for energy of earth, how you can affect him, right? You can basically tell him what is good and bad for you, because remember, energy of earth knows about when like the negative sides, right? So they're very uncomfortable about them, so they don't mind if you will help them out to overcome them, right? So you can tell energy of earth, for example, a man, he goes to the same restaurant for the last 5 years, right? And suddenly you telling him, why don't we try this restaurant, right? He will feel very uncomfortable, but wouldn't mind to do that. Why he wouldn't mind? Because it's something new, something that he didn't do before, so he wouldn't mind. He just needs time to get used to this idea, to analyze, to check Yelp 100 times, to check Google reviews, before he will do that. Now, but it's a slow process, but they will understand if you want to change them, as long as you don't do it fast, as long as you, okay, so we tried this restaurant, tomorrow we're going to a different restaurant. They couldn't, they don't have this capacity to think this fast, right? Unless they have other placements. So what else? They wouldn't mind if you basically will tell them what you like, right? Because they're so much in their perception, right? They don't see nothing outside. They would really, really appreciate if you would be give them some pointers, right? So if you would tell them, well, like, I like this, if you want to ever do this or something like that, right? So energy, remember, energy first knows about their faults, and they don't mind to fix them, as long as you kind of patient about their fixing, but for like a husband, if you want a steady husband, earth is for you. They won't cheat. They will be just there, just working, working, working. You will have, by the time you guys retire, you will have a nice saving with him. You probably won't experience life, but listen, some people just need security. So if you want that, this man is for you. Okay, now let's do water. So water is the most feminine sign, the most feminine energy. Water is very flexible, very pleasurable, very cheerful, and very emotional. Who likes water? Every sign likes water, basically. And water likes every other sign too, so it's not like that, right? But why? Because water helps to relax. Water helps to feel pleasure. Um, water makes masculine energy to feel emotions. And water helps earth's energy to relax, to kind of to be softer. It's better to be a mud than a stone, right? So water energy is the ultimate empath, right? So if you want somebody to cry to, this is water energy. Now, I wouldn't recommend, because water energy also gets started with, I'm telling you, as dominant of water energy, right? And they probably wouldn't be listening because of that, because they keep thinking about these problems, about your problems and everything, right? It's like they never could get rid of other people. You really need to be very strong in your energy, like I am, to just disassociate from others, right? And neutralize, like I do. I won't be able to do what I do if I wouldn't be able to completely neutralize the situation and look at it from different perspectives. I used to be very empathetic and listen to people's complaints, and then my head would just blow up, right? So clean water is pleasure for everybody. When water is in pleasure gets everybody, right? Now, water women muses, right? These are women that inspire men. Men love them, and they want to be with them, and they love to be around them, right? You probably will not notice water energy the same as earth. Earth, if in a group, earth energy is the one that caters to everybody. Like if it's in the restaurant, they want to make sure everybody has their waters and everything, like this. The water energy is more, they're like either enjoying themselves or they're emotional. You can see them, but you won't notice. You would not notice them at once, until at one point you will feel like really, really good next to them, right? So what are the shortcomings of water? They become very clingy, very emotional, insecure. They need borders and grounding. They really, really need borders. Like a water energy can really have challenges if they don't have some kind of structure. And if they, so for example, they have a man, right? And they get all into that man, right? They dissolve in that man, and then the man feels like, okay, I'm not with the woman right now, I'm with somebody who is dissolved in me, right? The man will try to push away, and she will become very insecure. She will become very clingy, like, what am I supposed to do now? I melt in you, and now what? Like there is no me. So water needs to make sure that they have their life. They keep they keep their boundaries, and they stay true to themselves, no matter whether they're with the man, whether they're married, whether they're with friends or with anybody. They need to stay to themselves. um, so focus on themselves for water is the most important. Otherwise, they will dissolve in others, and others will use them like this glass of water, and they will dispose of them very fast. So water needs to be selfish, needs to learn how to be selfish, right? Okay. So what about if it's a man water, and there are such water? Okay, man waters are the best lovers. If you're looking for just a lover, this is water energy for you. Now, they will tell you all the beautiful things. They will make you feel all the beautiful things. They will make you experience all the beautiful things, right? And then that's basically it. So they are very empathetic. They will listen to you. They will try to soothe you, right? To comfort you. Now, are they masculine? No, they're not masculine most of the time. Um, I mean, what's good about them? Well, they're good couch bodies. So no, I shouldn't be saying this. Watermen are good. I had watermen in my life. I know what it is, but you really need to be strong, not to become a mommy or a man in the relationship, because otherwise they will just stay in their water all the time. Waterman, the most challenged by being masculine, and if earthy man trying at least to kind of be masculine, right? They build this kind of security net around them, and it gives them security. For water, it's harder. So what watermen usually do? They go to gym. They take a lot of alcohol, substances. They try to hang out with men all the time. So they try to surround themselves and boost masculinity somehow. They drink a lot of coffee. It's challenging for them. Honestly, I don't know who would want a waterman, but there is a lead for every what is it called, for every pot, right? Like if a woman is very masculine and she could not stop her masculinity, a waterman would be good for her. He will help her to relax um, and to feel herself, to feel pleasure, right? He will be the one who will open that pleasure for her, you know. And that's actually just for that alone, waterman should exist and should be, right? Now, you can tell waterman whatever you want. You can tell him, you know what, I feel so neglected. You haven't bought me a present in a while. He's the one who will go and buy. He will fight with it, but he's the one who will go buy. Now, he will fight with you for a long time. It's not easy for him. Watermen are not generous, and it's not because they don't want to be generous. They do. It's because money don't come to them easy. They're very insecure about money. Usually, they don't have much money, and they just basically are afraid to lose the security. So they're looking for security in women usually. And now, if you're asking them to spend on you, they're like, "What the?" You know, they will do it if you will be like crying and everything, like, "Oh my God, I haven't got a present for so long." You know, then he would be like, "Yeah, that's true. You know, let me go." So they're very empathetic. On that, you can really get a lot from them. But what's the point? He doesn't want to do this, right? So watermen are challenging, I would say, right? They challenge themselves already, and they and as a woman, right? It's hard. It's hard to stay in your femininity when there is a waterman next to you, because you have to kind of somehow stay feminine and trust that he will be able to pull it together. I always tell my clients, you want a waterman, find a rich waterman. There are, I mean, Leo DiCaprio is one good example. So if you want a waterman, find a wealthy one. They inherit money. They get money through some guys. They win the lotto. This man gets money somehow else. You know, if they in clean water energy. Just as long as you have a rich one, you can be with water energy. Okay, I think that's it. If I missed something, tell me, and let's have your questions. Oh my God, so true. I don't take actions on my ideas. Yes, Helena, because you have so much air. But you have water too. I need fire next to me. Whoever is fire, let's collaborate. Yes, but you also need earth because you need the grounding as well. Because fire will be like, okay, let's do it. But if nothing, you will ground you both. Then it will be only it will never be an action till the end, till the result, right? Uh, we should talk about cool. We should talk after the webinar. Oh, the Rafael is air. Yeah, fire. Earth is a fixed sign. Yes, yes. Taurus sign is here. Yes, you see. So this is what I wanted to add, right? No, nobody has like there is very few people who have only one energy. We all have two or three energies at least. Some people have all four energies, and we just need to make them balanced, right? Like usually people have two energies, at least two, right? So two dominant. How can you know which one is yours? Is you basically look at your natal chart, right? They're free. You can get it on the online, and this um, um, you can look like where are your most of your planets, right? And you need to look at the planets that are individual planets. These are Sun, Moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and your ascendant. These are six planets that you need to look where they are. The rest too, but mostly these six planets, right? And you will find out which ones are what energy you're in, right? If all the planets are in your in fire, then you're dominant fire. So basically, yeah. So that's how you can find out what energy you are, and then you can start working with that, with whatever you already have, right? But no, don't think that somebody is only energy of air. I hardly ever met somebody who is just one energy. Even though I'm dominant water energy, I have fire. I have like two planets in fire, or three, and I have two or three planets in Earth, right? So I'm not, yeah, my majority is in water, but I have Mars in Capricorn that makes me very practical, and my Venus in Sagittarius, which makes me very fiery when it comes to love and money, right? So you never in one energy, never. It's almost impossible, right? I don't know who can be like that. So don't get discouraged if you are I was just telling Helena is she has a lot of air, but she also has water, right? So it's not like she's only in air. She has others. Rafaela, you are very pre-balanced. You only don't have water. You have earth, you have air, and you have fire. Earthy energy are probably the best students. Oh my God, the best. And they want to. They are the best students at school. They are the best corporate workers. They are very diligent, as long as they're making their money and they don't have too much changes, they're perfect. These people, you hire them, they will work for you for years and years, for decades, and they will never want to change. As long as you add a little money for them, I mean, depending on the earth sign again. Usually earth signs, they are more like self-employed because they don't like to be they like to control everything themselves, most of them. But if they are not self-employed, they can be very loyal and very diligent workers. Yeah, and of course they are really good students, of course. So true about waterman. um, Yes, so the best is to have a team of four different elements, I guess. Yes, even the best is to develop all four elements in yourself. So when you develop all four elements in yourself, then you start attracting different people into your life. So we're attracting usually what we need, or what is opposite to us, or what we're ready for, right? So for example, if you have only one dominant energy, you wouldn't attract somebody who has four energies at once, because you won't know what to do with this person, right? So we attract the same strengths as we are at this moment. So when you develop all four energies, you are easy to talk to any person. Like me right now, I can say that I'm pretty good with all four energies, right? And I attract different people. I have fire, I have air. I mean, fire for me used to be like, I used to be like a little scared of them, right? But not anymore. Air, I used to be um, like skeptical. I wasn't sure what it is, but right now I'm really grateful, and really happy to have all these people in my life. Even Earth, like I really see the benefits of Earth. I admire every energy, and I really, really, um, like I really feel like it's so easy for me to socialize with anybody. Like I really can, yeah, of course, with certain energies, it's much easier for me to socialize, but it doesn't stop me from socializing with others. I really enjoy it, and that's the point. The point is to develop yourself so much that that anybody is basically a gift for you, kind of. What are the best men for air signs? Uh, Okay, so this is a little incorrect question. Any man that comes to your life is matching something that you're missing. If you have water signs in your life right now, that means that you're missing love and pleasure inside of you, right? So you don't have the softness, so you get in this man. Basically, your body is craving for the softness, so you wanting to get. So your mind is searching, and your energy draws this man, right? A man that can give you softness. Now, if you are like about actions, right now, like for example, you want to travel more, right? You craving the traveling, right? Or you want to do some actions, right? You want to be here and there, right? Then you will start attracting fire signs, right, to yourself. Or you want to be more like, or you decided, okay, that's it, I'm settling down, I don't care about nothing else, I want to settle down, I want to have kids, I want to buy a house. You probably will attract an earthman to yourself because you feel like you feel you need this kind of confidence and security, and that's what it is. You will attract that, right? And then if you feel like, oh my god, I just want to enjoy my life, to kind of to just like I want to get some new ideas, I want to do something new, I want to do something for the society, this and that, right? And then you will get the air person, air man in your life. So man, don't you're not like, okay, Anastasia said I need to have a fireman, let me search for one. No, it won't, you won't find one like this. The man come to you on your request. The easiest man for you to socialize will be fire or air, because they're yours. Now you won't develop with them though, you will develop with earth or water. That will help you to become more softer, more emotional, and they will become more masculine if you will be able to kind of open. I would say for you, earth would be good. An earth man, he will give you the security, you will give him the lightness. Now you will guys will have to find some fire and water in between. So maybe he has some fire, you have some water, and you will be good. But usually men come to whatever we need at this moment. Even it could be a different man every week. If you're very dynamic, if your ambitions and thoughts are changing, it could be a different man a different week. So one day you attract this waterman, you felt very vulnerable, you wanted to cuddle, right? So you met this waterman. Next day you no next week you wanted you want to travel, you want to do something, you got this fireman, right? You just need to be, you shouldn't be like you should be like, okay, so all right, this is a good guy, let me give them all a chance, but don't get attached to everybody too much, because in the long run you need to find out what is in the long run that you want, right? That's why all these teachers, they say write down what you want from your man in the long run, right? What would be the qualities, because every man that will be coming into your life, he will be adding something to what you presently missing. And but is it something that you really need in the long run, or is it just what you need in the moment? So keep that in mind. Okay, other questions? Water also can be unfocused, like air. Water can just be swimming here and there. So if you have a waterman, he needs to keep focus, and you kind of need to be there to keep the focus for him. So if, for example, he's saying, okay, so I'm thinking about opening a business, and then next week the water is shallow, so he's like, no, I'm thinking, I'm rushing to this. If you're with him, you're like, no, I think you can do this, I think you can do it. So you're the one who would be who would be kind of giving him that focus, who would be keeping his focus, right? So there is a belief, right, that you should have so you should never have a relationship with the same air, right, the same energy. So if you're water, you shouldn't have the relationship with energy of water, because there's no development. You guys at one point will get tired of each other, will start cheating on each other or something like that, or start hating each other. So you the closest, the easiest one to do it is somebody who is close to you. Like for water, it's earth. For fire, it's air, right? And vice versa, like that. The best one would be the opposite sign. So for water, it's fire. For earth, it's air, right? And like this. Or you can at least do something like, for me, air would be probably good. Somebody who will give you something that you don't have, right? Like for example, for me, airman would be, that's what I said, that my most significant and most memorable relationship was airman. Yes, they were the most challenging for me, but they the most yeah, I developed the most in them, and they're the most memorable. um, as long as hard as they were, they still were the most the most dear to my heart, right? Anastasia, what kind of would be good for energy, would be good for fire and air woman? Fire and air woman. um So a fire and air woman is masculine woman, right? This woman needs to learn how to be feminine and soft. She needs to know how to be soft, how to be patient, how to submit, how to be vulnerable, and do it all gracefully. Not just like, okay, that's it, I'm just sitting on the couch and doing it, right? She needs to learn how to just fall back into her femininity, right? Now, the good energy for her would be, if she's ready, would be earth or water. Now she will really, really learn how to hold her fire with this man, right? As long as will keep a strong respect for this man, she could not disrespect this man. It's when a woman is so masculine, she can really crush a feminine man down, right? So she's much stronger, she's masculine. In our masculine society, she's the boss. So she would need to learn how to respect and admire a man that is weaker than her, masculine wise, right? For her, it would be a challenge, but she really can develop if she will learn how to control herself. Like me, uh, why I'm spending so much time with fireman right now, right? Because I learned how to hold um, my getting upset, getting offended at every strange like remark he says, right? And every time he spits fire, right? He doesn't even spit it on me, but I still get upset, right? So like for me, it's a challenge, right? All I want is to slam the door and and walk out, right? But I don't, because I know that it's challenging for me, and I'm really enjoying it, right? With air, right? Why do I spend time with air? Because these people teach me how not to be clingy, how not to dissolve in a person, right? How not to count on a person. Like air is very, they can make plans and then disappear. And you just accept them as they are. This is just this. It's air. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not here, and the air will appreciate this. So for a fire woman, a feminine man will really teach her how to be feminine, right? But it took me some time to be able to socialize with masculine men with no fear, right? The same with the feminine woman. If you're not ready for it, I wouldn't go for it. Otherwise, you will just start despising them little by little. You will start despising all men. You really, really need to be ready for that. Any woman that is masculine needs to be ready for a feminine man, and they will bring the best in them, but they need to be ready. Like, can you sit there? So you have more money than a man. Can you sit there and admire him? I mean, it's really hard. But if you will see a huge potential in him, he can become really, really, really strong, really powerful, and and you can become really feminine. So that's basically it. But it's a process. It takes time. You won't be able. Like, for example, if you, I will say it as an example. I mean, I know your stage, but I will say it as an example, right? If you're with an earthy man, and he's just unmovable, right? The fire and the air woman will just get tired. She will get so tired, she will exhaust herself. Earth will put the fire down, basically. She will exhaust herself to the point of non-return. If she's with the waterman, and she will start like getting too emotional with him, he will drown her. He will put the fire down. So you really, really need to be ready to be with this man. They can really make you soft. They can teach you how to be soft, right? As long as, but you need to be prepared for that, not to lose yourself. This is a challenge. So you remember, everybody should stay self-sufficient and in their energy. You cannot allow another person to drag you down. All right. Other questions? Actually, I love all kinds of men, right? Right now, I talk a little bit with the waterman, and oh my God, for me, it's like an experiment. I haven't talked for so long with waterman that honestly, I wouldn't even go on a date with him. For me, he's like a something like Chat GPT. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to use it. It's like these emotions. Today he's one. Tomorrow, like yesterday, he was another. Like I'm looking at it like from far behind. I don't know this guy. He studied all my posts on Instagram, and he's like, "Am I your experiment?" I don't, I don't even know what to answer. But they're very, very soft. They will tell you the sweetest things and everything. How about another energy of fire or air? Yeah, you can. So if a woman is fire or air, it will be very easy for her to have a relationship with the fire or air man, right? But as long as you are not clashing with them. So if it's another air, another fire, you probably will be clashing with him. If you have a lot of prominent fire in your moon or your Mars or something like that, your ego will just not allow you to zip it and and stay patient. You will try to prove yourself, and you will lose, because a fireman is stronger than a firewoman any day. Will be any day, because he's a man. So it's his kind of it's his natural state, right? Now with airman will not tolerate, right? So airman will not tolerate another man in his life, kind of like that. So they wouldn't tolerate. So as long as you can be soft and vulnerable with them, but it's much easier for you to be soft and vulnerable with this man, right, than with water or earth man, because with this man they're strong. You want to submit already, like naturally, right? But with water and earth man, even though you feel so secure and confident, you can't submit to them because you're stronger than them, in masculine way, right? So yeah, of course, I mean, yeah, fire and air for fire air woman would be better. Just because it's her natural kind of habitat, and she feels more confident with this man, right? So naturally it would be easier for her to deal with them, um, to bond with them. They she's like doing it with herself. It's very, as long as you're not clashing with them. So if a woman is airy, right? So she's distant. A man is airy, he's distant. I mean, they will never be seeing each other. If a woman is fiery and a man is fiery, they're going to be aggressive at each other. They're going to be fighting and then have passionate sex. I mean, but how long until one of you will just burn down? So, yeah. So no. Um, as long as you will learn how to be soft with this man, you can be with them too. It's easy to admire. Everybody would want to have a masculine man. This is why I'm developing my femininity. Thank you for your elaborate answer. Of course, yes. No, femininity. Everybody should work on femininity. So earth and water is feminine energies, and we all should work on them. Everybody who doesn't have them should work on them constantly, because this is our safe zone, our comfort zone, right? So whether you are masculine or feminine energy, no matter what, these two energies should be on point. So, like for example, if a woman is dating a man, right, and like air or fire, right? She knows whether this man or another man, she will be confident, right? If she has strong earth energy, she knows that's fine, this man or another man, I still will be fine, if she gets water, so she gets pleasure and love in herself, right? She wouldn't be needing somebody to come and hug her and hold her, because she has love and pleasure in herself. That's what makes a woman strong, this confidence that everything will be fine. She is grounded, right, completely. And this love and pleasure that she holds in herself, this is what a man wants. He wants a secure confidence, and he wants love and pleasure. As long as women have this too, any man would want her, any man of any energy, right? Because he will want to have this secure, all in pleasure woman. I mean, who wouldn't? This woman is desirable by everybody, and then she can decide who to be with. So, but yeah, a man, so every man should develop fire and air, every woman should develop earth and water. This is without a question. Then you can add others, right? Like me, for example, I also do air and fire, because I don't have air, and fire is just not a very easy energy for me, right? So I develop them also, just because I need to be well rounded, right? But my first priority, and first, when I first started on my journey, I was cleaning my water energy and I was working on my earth energy very much. This was my priority, and for a long time I was working only on those two, because whether you want it or not, you will still have to develop them if you want to be a woman, and if you want to be a feminine woman. Yeah. But I also want to add that there are no bad energies. Whatever energy you have, whatever is your dominant energy, be proud of it. It's your strength. It's what you're given with. You came here with. Like, for example, fire people, right? They never chubby. They never gain weight. I think it's a huge advantage. Like, I mean, air also. They never gain weight either. Now they can have problems uh, with the stomach, right? Because they are so chaotic that the food doesn't digest very well, but they always skinny, right? Now, earth energy. So when I said that fire was very bright, right? Earth is very. They have very distinct features, right? They are very like they're like a beautiful tree. You look at it and mesmerized, right? So this is earth. Yes, they gain weight, that's true, but they don't gain it right away. They gain it slowly, and it goes usually in good parts, right? Now, the fastest to gain weight is water, and they don't really gain weight that good. It's usually lumpy, and it's like this: gain weight, lose weight, like this, on and off, right? So like that. So that's but what I want to say is every energy has their powers, and when you like when I embraced my powers, right, finally started to live. I mean, you can't be pushing aside what you have it. Like, if a woman has the energy of fire, right, oh my god, so be productive, like become successful, become a star, it's amazing, right? Or like, if you have air, right, you can have these ideas, you can be an inspiration to others, it's great, like use your energy. Or if you have energy of earth, use your energy to develop something, right, to make the community bigger, to kind of to get everybody together and make the strong community around yourself, right? Or if you have water, I mean, this is what we're missing, the pleasure in life, right? They give the pleasure finally, allow people to experience the pleasure around you, like show that life could be nice, enjoyable, and easy, like that. Um so so yes, so embrace your energy, embrace it. It's really, 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 don't push it aside. Don't think that somebody's energy is better than yours. No, nobody's energies, all the energies are equally important, and they're very, very needed. Okay. Um, so the question is, how can I build a relationship with other energies if I don't understand them? About fire, water and earth are very simple and don't have don't show any initiative. and I haven't communicated with air. How didn't you communicate with air when our mom is energy of air? Of course, you communicate with energy of air. Energy of air is very, very self-sufficient, focused on itself, and doesn't get upset or offended. Is always like somewhere else. Or should I better communicate with other people and see what I'm not missing? Okay, so people will come to your life. It's not like that. So they will come to your life, and the people that are in your life now are the ones that you're needing. Now you would think that that energy of earth and the water don't have any, like, don't do any initiative, and they're very simple. It's not true. Water could be very, very deep. Water, you can go to the ocean right now. You can see the water. It's so calm and so peaceful, but you don't know what is inside of that water. Water is very deep, right? And earth is very grounding. Earth is really a good energy. Now, the people that come into your life, usually the people that you need as of right now, um, you you understand fire because you have a lot of fire. You don't need to understand fire. Fire is very simple. Fire is actually more simple than earth and water because fire is all about actions, right? They don't have much depth inside of them. They look so active outside because they don't have much inside, right? That's why they're constantly doing something to fill up the emptiness. Yesterday I was doing a consultation for a man of energy of fire, and you can imagine how vulnerable the guy was. I could never imagine him to be like this, right? So yeah, so but observe the people that are in your space. So those people that are in your space right now, these are the ones that you are needing. So, for example, if you have energy of earth right now, a lot energy of earth, then you don't feel very secure. So they providing the security for you. They root you in. They provide you security. If, for example, you have a lot of energy of water in your life, right? That means you don't have pleasure or love in your life. That means that you don't give yourself pleasure, and they're here to show you. So you think that they don't show initiative. They actually show you how to stop with the initiative and relax and kind of and just enjoy your life. If you have air in your life, that means that you are ready for something new, new horizons, new ideas, new something, something new. You're ready to fly, right? If you start having people of fire in your life, that means that you're ready to act, that you just want to do things, fast. And you're ready. So it's not like air that you just want to change, to do something new. You about to act on what you already started. So like that, observe the people around you. They don't come and everybody too, observe the people around you. They don't come just because. They all come. People around us are a reflection of us. They don't come just because. They come because they need, because we need them. We need that kind of energy. How else will we experience that energy if not through other people? I mean, I can sit on the balcony and enjoy the wind, but I will never understand the wind unless it will be in another person, right? Then I will be like, that's what it is. So observe the people around you, and those people will show you what you're missing or what you're craving the most, what you need the most. So, so like that, right? So, for example, from my mom, I learned how to be maybe a little selfish, maybe self-centered, how not to pay attention to little things, how to be more movie kind of, because I could like be just doing nothing for days. But with my mom, when she's visiting me, she's energy of air. um I feel like, okay, so I need to do something. Like, I need to change something in my life. It helps even though it's challenging. It does help. So like that, observe people in our life don't come just because. They do come because we're craving it. So obviously I want that. Yeah. And don't feel like other energies are worse than some. Thank you. I look gorgeous. Yeah. All for you. All for all of you. Um, there is no weak energies or strong energies. There are like feminine energies are strong inside, masculine energies are strong outside, and they just sit. Just because you feel somebody is strong outside doesn't mean that he's weak. Doesn't mean that he's strong inside. If you feel like somebody is weak outside, it doesn't mean that he's weak inside, right? Like me, I'm 5'2", I'm not that big, right? But I like, I mean, I can put a man of 6'4" almost on his knees, just with my smile. It's a huge power. Just imagine about that. Just think about that. It's huge power inside. Now, if I would be intimidated by him, if I would be insecure, then he would crush me with his power outside, right? But he wouldn't, because I'm much stronger inside than he's outside, and that's just it. The powers, you will never see the power of feminine energy unless you experience it. So don't feel like just because the person is doesn't fight, is not aggressive, is not detached, doesn't mean that that person is not strong. That person could be very strong, and you would never know how that water will drag you in and drown you in the depths of of the ocean, or that earth will root you into its to its beliefs, and then you will be like, my God, I lost myself completely. So don't underestimate the energies. The energies could be very tricky. Okay, second question. I'm waiting. You can ask any questions about energy, about relationship, manifestation. So here's the question. The more I work on my femininity, it's easy for me to talk to men, but with women, I had issues to have the boundaries. Um, um, no, it shouldn't be like that. Um, a strong woman inside, a feminine woman, a self-sufficient woman, has very strong boundaries without even putting the boundaries. Such woman, she's easy to talk to anybody, because she's not focused on anybody. She's focused only on herself, kind of. So what could have been, right? Like if a woman is very masculine, right? She had a particular crowd of women in her circle, right? And then she started to become feminine, and those women, right, they already don't match her energy, right? So she feels like they're overcrowding her. It's not usually like that. Usually either they will change or they will move out and other women will come to her into her life, right? And it's normal. We're supposed to change kind of our people, our surrounding. We are supposed to change it, right? It's normal. So it's unless you're pretending and not really feeling like that, it shouldn't be an issue. Whether it's man or woman, they all feel the feminine power. And remember, even though you work on your femininity, you still have your masculinity. You don't allow anybody to abuse you, kind of, to overstep the allowed, right? So you still can be firm. Like me, I'm feminine, but I'm firm. If I don't want to listen to somebody, I will tell them I don't want to listen to you. If I will do it kind of in a flirty, polite way, but I still will do, because um, now I couldn't do it before my femininity was strong, right? Because before I was afraid, what if I will offend somebody? What if I'll do this? No, you will never offend somebody if you truly believe in what you're doing. So you have to be very focused on yourself, very focused. So if you don't like what somebody does, you tell them that, but you need to be like confident in what you're saying, and also it has to be in place, right? So see whether maybe you're like a little wrong. I would need an example, really, but I think a woman that is very self-sufficient, very strong in herself, she has no problems with that. No problems whatsoever about putting the boundaries without putting the boundaries. Just being being focused on herself, being focused on herself. When you think only about yourself, usually people start bothering us when we are not keeping focus within ourselves. That's what it is. Okay, one more question and we will start finishing up. Next Sunday we will talk about money, the finances, feminine money. So I do hope to see you all. We already had like a couple feminine dialogues about money. We will talk again because it is very heated topic, seems like. So we'll see how it will go. Okay, any more questions? Embrace your energies and work on the ones that you're missing. Don't try to, and you can see what you're missing at this point by looking at the people that you have in your life. The closest people, obviously, the ones that you socialize. I mean, not the ones that affect you, the ones that influence you. These are the people. So don't think if you just came out and met a neighbor that is energy of fire, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm missing fire, I'm missing actions. No, he's just walking. But yeah, those people that somehow affect you. And observe the other people. It's really, really interesting experience. Don't fight, just observe. I will leave this recording on YouTube. Anybody who is missing, or if you want to rewatch it later, you can do it as well here. Or if you want to show it to somebody, you can do it as well. Just tell them that we talk about astrology in the beginning. Somebody wrote to me, I thought we were supposed to talk about femininity and you were talking about planets or something like that. I'm like, yeah, but that's only in the beginning. We just like warming up. She's like, oh, I left because I thought that I'm in the wrong group. It was funny. No, everybody's in the right group. It just, to warm up. Why not? To speak about, this is a dialogue. We discuss everything. We're women. We like everything. Okay, no questions. Then I will see you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I will see you all next Sunday at 11. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your week. The energies are changing. Now we are more into energy of air. Enjoy it. We will have the eclipses now. Oh my God, it will be so interesting. And the Lilith is changing, so you will notice the change. Anyways, enjoy Sunday. Bye, everybody.